Alright guys, so welcome to the next video. We're actually working on the Ram today, and the first thing we wanted to do in the interior is get rid of this Carol Baskin ass freaking leopard print tiger wood. I don't know what the hell Dodge was thinking when they made this stuff, but it is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So we got this part from LKQ with the silver insert, which is interesting because the silver insert, I think, came in either the, what were they, the Laramie trucks, or they came in the ST version, which is the base model. Not sure which, what the package was, but we're going to be pulling out this piece and getting rid of it because our heater controls are bad. This heater control unit sells for 140 or 150 bucks on eBay for just the heater control unit. And we managed to pick up this entire piece for I think 123 shipped. So we do have a couple little issues with it though. We are going to have to swap out this guy because on my truck I have the floor shifter, which I love. So there's just a pocket right there. And then because this was a quad cab truck, it's got a pocket there instead of the passenger airbag turn on, turn off. But that's not a problem. We can literally just pull this thing apart and then, oh yeah, we have to do the heater vent as well, which I can pull this one out, put it in there, and we'll be good to go. So we're going to go ahead and pop this one out, and then we're going to swap the parts between the two of them. And here we go. Alright, so this is super easy actually. I mean, you don't really need much. I did this with my fingers. You can do it with, with whatever you decide you want to pull it off with. You can pop a screwdriver in there or a small pry tool, plastic pry tool or whatever. So we're going to go ahead and just pull gently so we don't break anything. And all this should just pop right out. Just like that. And now we just got to get behind there and get all these wires unplugged. I don't know if you guys can see all that crap. Let's see if we can get you in here. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of wires back here for the heater controls, for the cigarette lighter, all that stuff. So we'll just unplug all these plugs. Oh, it's hard working with a camera right in front of you all the time. All right, we'll come back to that one. Get the heater controls, get the airbag switch, and we got this one last one. There we go. Okay, so that was pretty easy. So now, if you take a look at the back of this thing, what we're gonna have to do, let's get some light on it. What we're gonna have to do is we need this vent because ours is busted. So these are held in with melted plastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my finger and knock off these little plastic tabs. We're gonna pull this out. We're gonna do the same on the other one, and then we'll put it all back together. Then we're gonna go ahead and swap out all of these. These are all screwed in. So we're just going to take a screwdriver, pull all this stuff out of this one, put it over in that one, and I'll bring you guys back as soon as all that's done. Alrighty, so 5 minutes, a soldering iron, a screwdriver, and this one is ready to go. We got our pocket in the right section, we got our airbag thing in the right section, and then what I want to show you guys is how I did this in the back. So these are all held on back here by this melted plastic, these little tabs. Well, we had to break those off to get this off of here, but all we ended up doing was using our soldering iron and just melting all this plastic back together, and now this thing is super tight, won't go anywhere. So now we can plug all our connectors back in and pop this puppy into place. And what's so nice about this truck, guys, is it was never touched by anybody. Still has the factory radio, all the factory accessories. Nothing's been cut up in the dash. Super clean. I love it when a truck is still unmolested like this one. Everything just works. Huh. The actual harness connector is in there for the four-wheel drive switch, even though it doesn't have a four-wheel drive switch. Yay, Chrysler. All right, one more connector. And that is it. We can literally pop this in and get it behind the shifter here. And there we go. Much better. What do you guys think? Look better than the Baskin Birch, whatever the heck that stuff was. Now all we got to do is clean this stuff up a little bit because it's kind of nasty, which I'm sure we can do without much of an issue. We just have to put a little elbow grease into it. But nicely enough, this color out matches. Now the next thing we need to do is test out our blower motor, make sure that works and all our other controls function. Don't want to get copyrighted. Alright, so we got our blinking light here, which means that this unit is probably not coded to the truck, and I'm sure there's a procedure for that. We'll have to look it up. Alright, so we got low speed working, medium, mediumer, and high. Switch works. See if all of our blend stuff works. AC works. Nice. Our blend is all working. Everything is good. Our light quit blinking. We're low on washer fluid. Other than that, guys, I think we are 100% here. Everything is functioning much better, and we have all our knobs except for the radio knob, which the radio knob I'm not too worried about because we're going to be putting a different radio in this thing anyway, because that's so 2005 2006. We're going to get rid of this radio. We're going to put something decent in here. You know me, I have to have my audio stuff, but we are good to go now. We switched this out, and like I said before, all we got to do is now get rid of the loud diesel sound and the rest of this wood. So we're going to try to find these door inserts in this same color, and once we find it in this color, we will be good to go. We'll swap those out and everything will be wonderful. Alright guys, so I looked up if there was a procedure to programming these heater controls, because in some vehicles, namely some of the Chrysler stuff and actually some of the BMW stuff as well, you have to code the new unit to the car for the climate control to understand it. GM does this too with their automatic climate controls for like the older Tahoes and Trailblazers and stuff like that. I looked it up, and basically what this one does is if it continues to blink even afterwards, which we'll see if it does now. No, it doesn't. So what'll happen is when you replace this in these Dodge trucks, it will take a couple of minutes or, 30 seconds or whatever it may be to learn the functionality of the vehicle. What it's doing is it's basically taking all of the electronic motors that control all of your different blending options, and it's running them through a cycle to get their limits, to figure out what's what, what's where, and then once it acclimates, that light stops blinking and everything is good to go. So we are good to go. We tested all of our functions. Everything works great. We have our blower motor back. We have our pockets all in the right spot. We have everything swapped over, and yeah, so if your heater controls go bad and you have this crazy wood grain, Might be a good idea to find something in a junkyard that's got a good set of heater controls and just swap the whole thing out instead of spending 140, 150 bucks on the heater controls themselves. So just another quick word of wisdom. Also, something I found out along the way is that although the 03 to 05 heater controls look very similar to these, as a matter of fact, they look almost identical, I promise you they are not identical. The 06, 07, 08 is different completely. The interiors are different, the dashboards are different, and thus the heater controls are different. They have different control knobs on them. They have a different profile to match the actual dash. So you're going to want to be super careful when you're looking for these. If you get accidentally the wrong year, it is not going to fit. It's not going to work. So you have to make sure if you've got an 06, 07, or 08 truck that you figure out the proper unit for your truck. Otherwise, you're going to be super disappointed and have one really hard time trying to install it. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. I know it was a relatively quick one. I think maybe 10, 15 minutes, something like that. But we've got one of our first repairs / mods done to the truck. And we will keep going. So I will see you guys all in the next one, which I think is going to be probably the lift. We are lifting this thing 3 inches. We're going to do the lift, tires, wheels, and you guys will see the wheels when they come in. I'm not going to show you yet, but when they get here, I'll make sure to show them. So lift, wheels, tires, because these tires are garbage, so I might as well do all of it at once. And then we're going to address the steering shaft as well, so that'll be another video. But yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. You know, I got to say the usual. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It does help our algorithm. It helps everything. Helps you guys see these videos more often. People are having the problems get to see them more often because they're suggested. So thank you. Have a wonderful evening.